Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my preview on LA Knight. Yeah. He's a modern era defensive trickster. Zombie LA. So spoiler, he's incredible. He has the zombie link, 20% more health. Standard Nah gear. Coach, 34k. Black gems do 40% more damage. Multiply gems do 60% more damage. Pretty hyped about the coach, to be honest. LA is the best trickster in the game for sure, my opinion. And I personally, I don't think it's close. There's something for everyone here. We're going to get started off with a move set, and I'm going to say something I think is going to surprise a lot of people. This is a sub build, and I like it. Let that sink in. Anyway, Decayed Elbow Drop, 5 MP, 755k damage, make 25 random gems into traps, broken by your opponent, deal 426k damage, randomly respawn 4 trap gems. Bruh. If broken by you, steal up to 236k health. Severed Leg Boston Crab, 5 MP submission. It's a purple choose sub, so you choose 8 gems. Do 1.8 million for 3 turns. I don't really care about the damage. It's just a setup here. And you reload everything. And then the BFT finisher, 2.7 million damage. Increase your purple gem damage by 172% for 1 turn. Then deal 1.4 million damage and make 48 trap gems into purple gems. The strap for this preview right now is a 50%er. Purple move damage on here. And Fury 2s. No plates at the moment. Might add plates, might not. I'll add plates on some of the builds, but not all of them. Entourage Woods. What's her name? Tiffany for trap gems do 100% more damage. We got this dude, Showboat Nakamura, so we're stealing more health on the traps when we break them, 470k. And then we got this guy here, Steamboat, for 2 more traps, 100% more trap gem damage. So when we break those traps, they're going to make the purples essentially 200% more. So they're going to be beefy boys. So this is Silver LA Knight. We're going to go against Gold Ministry Taker, Showboat. He's got like, I think nearly 80 million health, like 76 million or something. And this is Silver, 78 million. So gameplay loop is really simple. You throw your traps out. If you want to steal some health, you can, like this, but 2-3 matches, reloads your stuff. You do have to worry, since it respawns 4, potentially of getting your sub gems overwritten. So there is that. So I'm not super worried about placing gems on trap gems, because we're going to have plenty. You can see we're respawning the trap gems. We still almost have a full board, but we also refilled all of our moves. You could hit the sub again if you wanted. Obviously, I don't think there's any reason to. Anyway, throw your traps out again, and then watch this finisher. Just from the health steal alone part, his life is going to go sploot like that. That's 45 million total. I think the gem was like 20 million. So that's gonna like wipe their health with no plates. Of course, you could put an all heart, and you could put a Tama plate. Yeah. That's an awesome sub build. That's pretty quick too. I don't usually like sub builds, so I like that one. Okay, let's see what the traps do without the sub. And I'm just gonna throw the reversal in, to be honest, just in case. It's a sub reversal. We're going to stay against, oh yeah, let me read it. 3 MP red, neckbreaker, 750k damage, increase your yellow MP by 5. While being submitted, break submission, steal 33 million health. Entourage for this one is going to be mostly the same-ish, sort of, kind of, not really, at all, I guess. We want the purple finisher loaded for turn 1, so we're going Mela, Santa. We're going to keep Shinsuke for the beefy health steal of 67 million if we get subbed, and also for breaking the traps. So I'm just gonna stay against Taker because he's got a sub. So if I don't win turn one, whatever. And then I will try this also with the Tama plate for you guys because I know people are gonna want to see that. So yeah, let's just hit the and the red doesn't need to be finished for the reversal to work. Gonna hit that. The traps are kind of random, so I don't anticipate doing huge damage here on the first go, but let's see. So gem damage was 10 million, 24 million damage total. That would be 34 million at gold. He didn't kick out. I was kind of hoping he'd kick out so he could hit us with the sub and we'd do the reversal. So like 34 million at gold, 2 clicks, no Tama plate approximately. There's going to be some variance because you're chucking random traps, of course. And you could use Steamboat instead of Shinsuke to get 2 more traps out there. That's also an option. But let's go ahead. I'm going to run it one more time since everything with him is so fast. And you can kind of miss a bit potentially with this, but it's pretty neat either way, in my opinion. And again, this is with a 50% strap too, so a lot of move damage here, right? A lot of move damage here. That was 7.5 million gem. So it would have been 15 at gold, so we would have hit add another 0.75 million to not 0.75, add another 7.5 million to what you saw there. There's actually 2 plates you could run here, because when you look at the move damage, it's not nothing, right? And what I mean by that is the finisher is hitting for 8.9 and 4.7. That's 12 million finisher damage, and we're not using takedowns. So if you had 100% move damage strap, and you had 2 sets of takedown 2s, that'd be another 180%, potentially 200% with some decent sub stats. You're getting 2.4 million on this. It's a lot of move damage, so you definitely could do something there. Plus, there's you know what? I wasn't planning on this. Actually, first Tama plate, and then we're gonna use the Chelsea plate as well as some takedown 2s. There is so much. You could also use Bubba's glasses too, by the way, and get another 50% gem damage. But the Tama plate is obviously more. There is so much you can do with this guy. Whenever you make 6 or more traps, increase your purple gem damage by 300%. So much you can do with this guy. No, I was kind of hoping he'd hit me with the sub and we could do the huge health steal. That was 15 million gem. It would be 30 million gem at gold plus the other damage we did. So add 15 million to the max damage you saw there. I'll run it one more time, and then I'll throw on a move damage strap real quick in the Chelsea plate. First without the Chelsea plate, then with it. I actually didn't even test that. I was so blown away by everything. There's so much you can do, right? It's crazy. Kind of hard for me to keep up my brain. It's excited about all the things. Let's slow this down just a little bit. You can see it better. So we missed big there. That was only 9 million gem damage. We would add 10 more to the 19. It'd be a 30 million hit. So it's not ideal because you can miss, right? That's probably my biggest issue with it. Oh, good, he kicked out. On the plus side, look at the chap gem generation. He wasn't loaded, but if he was, we still were going to counter his sub. And now we can proc the Tama plate again. And this time you're not going to freaking miss. And this should be absolutely redonkulous for what this would hit with the Tama plate. I mean, like, that's the whole board. What's the gem damage even going to be? It was only 15? Was that what that was said? Seemed like it should have been more. Anyway, whatever. It wiped his health completely, so maybe it was more before we even got there. So that's a really fun set too. But I'm very curious about the takedown ability of this. This could be another one of those hybrid Bailey situations. So let's just manage him, and let's put a 50% strap on. Don't like going quite to 100. 50 is kind of in the middle. That's gonna be 100, I bet. Yeah, that's gonna be 50. And I'll do it without the Chelsea plate and then with the Chelsea plate. Just the fact that, excuse me, there's all these builds for him and you can do so much. There's got to be a build in here from him that basically everybody will like, I would think. I mean, the sub enjoyers got a sub. I even like the sub, so that tells you anything. You got some move damage stuff, you got traps, and you still haven't seen my favorite moveset at all. There's still uh 3 more distinctly different builds coming, by the way. All right, let's run this first without a plate. So this is doing 3.3 million, and then this is doing 11.9 and then 6. So we're doing 18 million before we break any traps or that nonsense. 18 million. Honestly, I kind of think this is the way I would go with this moveset and not the Tama plate. I think the Chelsea plate, but let's see. Let's see. So 17 million pin, maybe not crazy. I don't know. Maybe the Tama plate, I guess. I don't know. It's just he's really good. Respawning the traps is super cool when they get broken. Boom. 7 million gem. Not the greatest without a plate or anything, but let's put the Chelsea plate on now and see what that looks like. I just really like move damage because we've had so much gem damage, so I think I'm slightly biased towards liking move damage because it feels fresh, because lately, I mean, at gold, everything has been gem damage, so some move damage options are nice. And what is the damage on the Chelsea plate? It's pretty decent. And this isn't taking into account all, yeah, so 15 or more trap gems increase your purple move damage 200%. You can do lots of 5-match, 3-swipe nonsense with him. I'm not going to do that, though. You don't need to. And I don't care about how hard you can hit. After a certain point, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. So, we're going to chuck the traps, and this is 11.9 and 6.3, and let's see what it goes up to. This won't really get any bigger at gold, by the way. And now you can see it's 17.3 and 9.2. So that's 26 million right there. Plus, we're going to break the traps. Don't know if it gets to be quite enough to make this set something I would use all the time. But you could also do this with the subset too, by the way. 26 million pin, probably not good enough. So yeah, I think the Tama plate's the way to go. If you wanted to run this set, but again, I think there's better stuff out there. I actually like the sub setup, shockingly better than the 2-click, because I think it's way more reliable and will win faster. Right? Okay, he's got a rocker style build. I'll just stay against Taker because we have the reversal. But yeah, he's got a rocker style build with his other finisher and the ZDT. So ZDT 5 MP yellow, 100 a million damage and choose 5 gems to make into red. We're going to keep that neck breaker because we want to increase our yellow MP by 5. And then we're going to use the Graveyard Smash finisher. 662k damage plus 615k bonus damage for every red gem pinned the opponent. I need to switch the strap back to the other one that we're using, that 50%er, wherever you be, my friend, wherever you are. And it's going to have the Tama plate on, which we're not making trap, so no big deal. I'm not going to bother taking it off right now. So 50% strap, that's the setup, and trainers are this. So Kofi will give you 4 MP, your turn will give you 5, so both the yellow is loaded. Bulldog is 2 red MP, your turn will give you 1 for 3, so the neck breaker's loaded, and we're going to be 4 MP short of the graveyard smash, but the neck breaker will load that, right? Also 45% extra gem damage for this. We're going to get 3 extra red gems with Zianka, so we can choose 9. And then Bailey's giving us 30%. Of course, at 34k, she'll give us 40% reds. So we're over 1 million before the strap comes into play per red gem. And let's see how much damage we can do. This isn't going to scale up at gold. It will scale up really well, though, with 100% strap if you have 100 over a 50, right? So these two moves would be loaded in feud. This one wouldn't. You're going to start out and choose 9 reds. Try not to make cascades. If you're me, this is potentially a problem. If you're you, it's potentially not. I think I did okay there. Then you hit the buff. This fills the finisher, and it fills the choose again. So now we can put more gems out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, goodness. The board's going to start to glow now. This last one is... There we go. And now you hit the finisher. Now, if you haven't noticed, there is a downside for this. What are we not doing? We are not... Or there is a downside for it, rather. We're not recycling. But let's see how hard we hit. I mean, 46 million for the rocker build, but no recycle. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay. This moveset, pretty cool. This is the one I think people are really going to love. It's going to hit huge numbers if you want to do a lot of stuff. I'm going to show you how to hit hard enough without taking any risk, and up to you if you want to take risk and hit harder. I'm sure other people will absolutely show you how to hit harder if you want a risk. I'll do some risk. I'll put some risk in it, but here. So no plates working here. This is a 50% strap. We got the reanimated superplex, 5 MP yellow, 838k damage. Increase your yellow gem damage 294% for 1 turn. We're keeping that neck breaker in there. We're going to use that to reload this. Infected face breaker, 878k damage. Make the bottom row into pyro gems, which will make all gems above it into yellow gems when broken by you. Then deal 146k damage and choose a 7x1 area to swap into red gems. Entourage for this one, right here. So Kofi gives you 5 MP, Charlotte gives you 2 red MP, Santa gives you 1 MP, so it fills the 3, and your turn gives you 1 for 4 for the infected, so that's filled. Brett's just 35%. It's 5% more than Strowman, not really a big deal. I'll run this with way more of a budget one as soon as we're done with this set, or with this. I'll run the words hard anyway. So this is silver. You're going to straight up double this damage for whatever he does on the finisher for gold. Gameplay loop is super simple. You're going to hit the buff. Superplex, okay. And you can see the yellows are 402k damage. Then you're going to hit the neck breaker. It's going to reload the buff. And again, I want to reiterate, there are ways you can do way more damage than this, but it takes a lot longer and you won't need it at gold. Now the yellows are 702k. Then you hit the face breaker, boom. Pyro gems go down, boom. You change them all yellow. And you hit for 33 million? You do 66 at gold with that. and that's probably enough. I will show you how you can hit harder this turn. These only last once, so the buffs are all gone, right? So you could hit harder if you want to do it this way, but it's a lot more clicks. Boom. Then you're going to hit this. Boom. You're going to hit this again. Boom. We're back up to that 700 and whatever, blah, 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 okay? Yeah. And then you're going to hit this. Make the top row red. Then you're going to hit this. This gets to be take a while, though. This is a lot going on. Then you hit this. And get another buff. Now you're at 1 million. And then you make the board yellow. For 50 million at silver, 100 million at gold. So there's the fast way for 63 million, which is going to just leave showboats alone. The more dangerous way for 100 million, and that's without a plate. Now, when you put the Piper plate on, it won't work with the first way I showed you because, I'll just, here, this will make it easier to explain it. I'll just put it on and show you, because this is worth knowing. With the way combo moves work and stuff, it's easy to get mixed up. Like Ilya, the Jade plate not working on Ilya's combo because the move is happening on the same turn. Think of it similar to the Bubba plate, Bubba's glasses, or the Heartbreaker plate, where you're hitting a blue or purple move, and the move that you finish them with, the buff doesn't apply till after the move is over. Same thing with the combo move. Of course, Piper plate here, whenever you make pyro gems, it increases your yellow gem damage by 500, your other gem damage by 100. And I'll just show you by doing it, and we're not going to hit any harder than we did with 2 buffs, because you're still on the same turn. And then I'll show you how to get the Piper plate to work. Okay, so same buffs here. This is still going to be 702, right? And we're going to hit this. Okay, now we're going to blow it up, and these are still going to be 702 because the Piper plate doesn't proc until now. Now it would work. So you can see it's still the same damage as it was. Hopefully he kicks out. Perfect. And last time we hit for 50 million, and let's see what we hit with the Piper plate. So it's the buff. Increase the yellow. Buff again. That's going to be 702k, right? And then we were at 1 million after the third buff. So there's the, oops, I guess the Piper plate's still in effect though, because of how it added. So we're at 1.86. So this is what it would look like, because we didn't lose it because it happened after the end, I guess, or it's lasting 2 turns. I don't know. So this time it will hit much harder at that 1.86. I missed it because I didn't hit. And there's the 88 million. So it would do 160 million at gold that way, if you were to loop it. But let me do it one more time from the start, because you get a third buff with the risk. But there's a much better way to run all of this, in my opinion. And that's the one I'm going to show you last. Easily my favorite build set. Okay. So buff. Increase your yellow. Buff. Okay. Where's the 700? Now we're going to do this. Hopefully not cascade. Probably will. I managed not to. Now you can see it's at the 1.86, but you can also hit the buff one more time. 1.86 million. But this is a lot of clicks, guys. It's a lot of animations. Now it's 2.66 million, right? So yeah, it hits super hard and there's cascade risk. This is what I know most people are gonna like this. It is not my favorite though. And there's 126 million, 250 million that gold. Now, my favorite, much simpler, much simpler. And I'm doing this so you don't need Santa Hogan too. You could use Charlotte and hit more damage. So depending on what you have more rarity, I'll show you both ways actually. Um, you definitely want the Piper plate for this build though. This build is strictly Piper plate build, which most people, if you get LA Knight, there's no way you shouldn't unless you get lucky somehow. You should have a Piper plate, multiple Piper plates probably if you're getting LA Knight, at least one though. So you've seen all the moves. I'm just going to use the choose instead of the reversal. And I'm only going to hit the buff once. So it's faster, less animations. Um, so Kofi gives us 4, Sting gives us 4, our turn gives us 1 for 5 and 5. We don't need 5 on the red, so we're totally loaded. And we're using Strowman for 30, and Zombie Sammy, you can use Brett too for 35. Any yellow you have is fine. Taker at 12k is fine. In fact, Taker at this level would be better than Sammy, would do more damage than Zombie Sammy. So, but you can't double it as easily that way. This way it's an exact double at gold. So this will make it really easy to see what it would hit at gold. And this is less animations. That superplex animation takes a little time. It really does. So for this one, everything is loaded right out the gate in Feud. You're just going to hit the buff. See, the superplex animation does take some time. That's why I don't like hitting it so many times. Now, you just do that. Now the Piper plate is procced, and we're at almost a million damage per gem at silver. So that's almost 2 million at gold. And then you just simply break your bottom row. Super simple. And I like simple. 45 million, 90 million at gold. Literally everybody in the game is dead with 3 moves. That is absolutely, in my opinion, the best way to run him for feud or for boss. Before everyone's like, why you care so much about feud, Mherex? If they're good in feud, they're good in boss because they get loaded the same way, and speed is super important in boss. Also, as far as showdown goes, if you can annihilate people quickly, you're less likely to lose your streak, and winning in one turn and never giving them a turn or extra turns is always super beneficial. So generally speaking, if you build awesome feuders, they do well in boss and showdown as well. It kind of is a 2-for, 3-for actually. So yeah, that's my favorite. Let me run that again for you guys just to show you, and then I'll show you the Santa build with it, where it can hit even harder potentially if you want to use Santa instead of 2 MP trainers, because there are some people that maybe have a good affiliation for Santa, or you aren't using him in a lot of spots. But this is easily my favorite build set for him. And you could double this up too. You could use this red choose with a general's orders. There's so much stuff you could do to hit harder. I just don't see a point to do it when it's slower and riskier and you don't need to. That would have been 94 million with 0 risk at gold. And just really fast. That's the fastest of them. And hits hard enough to 0 everyone. And so for me, I'm like, we'll just stop. Why make it more complicated? Okay, so yes. Now, you can go back to Charlotte here, which would give you 2 red MP. Your turn would give you 3. And Santa Hogan would give you 4. So we're gonna put Santa right here. And now everything would still be loaded. But you have a lot more yellow gem damage. Charlotte gives you like 30 or 40% yellow with the 2 red. Boom. We're gonna be well over 1 million now on the purple or yellows. Boom. Yeah. 1,000,006. So extra damage this way. Boop. Bitty boop. $52 million, 104 million, no muss, no fuss. Great. Love it. Yeah. So yeah, LA Knight, there's something for everyone here. You don't necessarily need crazy stuff to run him effectively. I think across the board, huge rosters, medium rosters, you know, big spenders, not spenders. LA Knight's the best trickster in the game, in my opinion. I don't think it's close, to be honest. He doesn't need anything that doesn't exist in the game to be incredible. Doesn't need moments, you know what I mean? Doesn't need huge straps. There's a ton to choose from. Pick what you like. He's super fun to play. Think he might. Think he's gonna pass Bailey for my favorite zombie this month. Maybe. I don't know though. I really, really like Bailey. But LA Knight is easily the best trickster, and he's the first one that I would personally. I haven't been using any tricksters in Feud for males except for CSS, and then I just don't use tricksters. I would 100% use him in Feud. So take that for what it's worth. Hope you guys enjoyed this preview. Sorry that it's 31 minutes and counting, but there's a lot to do and a lot to like about LA Knight Nah. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching and good luck out there. Yeah, he's super good.